Thanks for watching. Elise makes a bunch of videos. Today is day number 19 of the total nationwide lockdown in New Zealand. It's a level 4 quarantine here, whereas I think most places it's like a 2 or 3 places that are affected and locked down, so yeah, it's pretty full on, and I was just thinking about perspectives and how like a lot of people who do like independent travel where you'll be like by yourself, um, usually sort of budget travel as well, um, and you just have like so much time to reflect, and I think a lot of people go into it thinking they will um, possibly have time to change perspective and think about like their life, and you sort of get a step back from everything. I think a lot of people are sort of doing that, maybe not in any huge major way, but you kind of can't help but like change perspective when you are forced to completely alter your daily routine, which I think is what most people are dealing with at the moment. So yeah, that was my thoughts for today. I think that there's the opportunity to change perspective. I think for myself, I've just really been trying to figure out what I'm going to do in the immediate future, especially seeing as my plan was to go to Australia at the end of this year. And I was also thinking to maybe go to Tahiti on a like crewing thing over the winter, like June or so. But that's pretty close to now, and I don't know what's going to happen in that time. If I find work, if I want to just keep saving up and waiting for things to stabilize a bit more. Generally, just life goals in itself, and sort of like actually having to think about what I'm gonna do when I get back to Canada eventually, which who knows might end up being sooner rather than later if this whole border shutdown stays the way of things for any sort of next year or so. But it's a bit of a challenge because then I'd be going back with no job and nowhere to live really, and then having to start all over again in a recession. Um, so it's not really ideal, but I mean, could be worse, obviously. But I think, yeah, in terms of my whole initial rant, like it's very easy to just stay in your old mindset even when you have changed the environment around you. Like, I know a lot of people go traveling and then will spend like half the time just on their devices watching like Netflix or whatever, and constantly like contacting people from back home, which is like fine, you want to let them know you're okay, but I think there's also a point where it's like, well, you could have just stayed home if you're going to spend a majority of your day like doing the same things that you would have been doing. But I don't know. I think I've sort of done both because when I first started traveling, the internet wasn't really as big of a thing, especially not Wi-Fi. Like it was all like you'd have to be at a computer wired in. So it wasn't like as constant in everyone's lives as an option to just totally tune out from the actual reality, present moment stuff that's happening around you. And so you were really forced to like be in the moment and place where you were. And so I feel like my initial travel days were like I was taking in a lot more and just like seeing how people were different and the same in different places. Um, but yeah, but I think maybe for me, because I am genuinely interested in cultural differences around the world. Like I know some people I was talking to were saying like they have no interest in like learning history about places they go to. They just like want to see the pretty things. Or I think more commonly these days is like, I just want that picture, that Instagram picture that everyone else has. So I'll just like go to these key places where I can take a photo of myself in front of the thing, and then that's the goal, which is like, yeah, bit special. Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, what have I been doing? I made some sourdough bread the other day. I was thinking about documenting it, but it would have been too much work. Because making sourdough bread is also work. I looked up a few videos. I feel like people are baking a lot more these days online and documenting it. But seeing as I'm like a beginner baker, I wouldn't really be teaching anyone anything and would be really special. So I did like half regular flour, half whole wheat flour, a little bit of oil and water. But for the starter, because you need like a starter, I won't get into it. People who know bread will know. I couldn't really go buy one because I don't even know where you would go normally if things were even open. So I did the boiled mashed potato starter thing, which didn't really work very well. Like it sort of worked, but was taking a really long time, like days. Maybe I should have heated it up. I don't know, but I also did it wrong because I didn't really like. Anyways, the water here is chlorinated, so that also didn't help. So what I did was I added a little bit of yeast to the potato starter, and cheated, and that like got it going. And then it was like, oh, smells like sourdough, so it's probably be fine. And then I made like a really big loaf because I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the flour measurement, thinking it was the water measurement, so I put like 3 times as much water as I needed, which meant that I was like, well, now I don't have enough flour and I don't have enough starter. So I added more starter and a bit more flour, but I didn't want to add too much flour in case it was a total fail and then I would just be wasting all this flour. So I ended up with a really sticky mix that wouldn't become like a proper loaf ball because it was just scoopy. So I put it in these like muffin tins and made little like tiny sourdough muffin shaped buns. But they're actually quite good. Like they taste like sourdough bread but in little buns. And then I put like herbs on top. So it was fine. I still have the rest of the starter, which I was debating on whether I should feed it or not, but I think now that extra like day and a half, it's like almost borderline becoming off. So I'll put it in the fridge because I'm not going to use it anytime soon. Put it in the fridge, and then when the next time I want to use it, I'll add flour and water and let it do its thing. But yeah, that's my very first making of bread. I decided to make sourdough, which I feel like is the more difficult bread to make, especially having to make a new starter. So that's what I've been up to. I'll maybe make some regular muffins later because I know I can make those properly, very easy. And yeah, my other plan was to call around today about work, but it's Easter Monday. I don't know who's going to answer the phone. And I also just keep putting it off to the next day because I don't know. What else? Yeah, nothing else is really going on other than randomly making videos sometimes. I've had a few new ideas for some storytime videos, so those will be coming up. And I also filled an online form for Victoria Pram, who's like a motivational speaker I've been following on Instagram for a while. And then I went to her Facebook, and she's only got like 8 subscribers, and I was like, how is that possible? You've got like 12,000 Instagram followers. But I don't think she really uploads very often there. I think she's got like a million videos from a year ago. And then like not too much since, not too much before. But you should check them out. I'll leave a link to that channel, and then I think you can find our website through there. Or maybe I'll put the website in the description also. I'm no way sponsored by this woman, but she has like a free assessment thing, which is really long to fill out the application for it. But I think it's like a good exercise if you're wanting to reassess your goals and stuff. It's just like a format to see what your goals are in life and things like that. So yeah, even just filling the form was pretty like good, clarifying. Check it out. But yeah, I'm gonna get on with my day a bit here. I might have a shower and do some gardening or something. Make those muffins eventually. And probably record a few more videos. Have a nap with the cat. You know, very exciting times in life. Anyways, hope you had a good Easter and are staying safe. Stay home, stay safe. Yep. Loving it. Alright. Take care, y'all. Peace.